Yeah.
I think you're fine, but late? Zach Benson, how dare you? Yeah? I don't know, dear.
It was on the ground right here.
I probably kicked it under the bed. Good morning. Eric hadn't seen his hair yet in person. And were we even a minute late? Because when I looked at my phone, it said 9:30. Whatever, Zach. So Eric's going to get a hat because he thinks he looks bad, which is cute because he wants to look good for you guys, which I think is adorable. Yeah, so like Joe said, share this so we can hang out with everybody this morning. Thank you for being here. Guten Morgen to those of you in Germany. We should learn a couple good mornings in different languages. Mm-hmm. Oh, we do know Finnish, don't we?
He's something or other.
Hyvä huomenta. If you're Finnish, let us know if that's right.
No, that's like thank you.
That's good. Hyvä. Let me see if I still have my app.
I do. I don't have. I'm not as far along as you are.
Hyvä. I could just look it up.
Scroll down. People are saying stuff.
I know. Oh, it doesn't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Anyways, good morning. Zach, you suck, but we still love you. Hey, Birdie Fuel's here. This morning brought to you, me being awake at all, brought to you by Birdie Fuel Coffee.
Cheers.
Eric, too. Oh, you've got, it's not on the backside, right?
Mm-hmm. And I will always
really
drink coffee.
Sometimes they're in the chat before. Yeah, we usually are. This morning, we found that we have a special guest arriving soon. So I wanted to clean up the house a little bit just to get it tidied up for him. I'm not sure if he will be here while we're still live, but it's Calvin Heinberg. He's on his way up to Tennessee and is going to stop through, which is great. We miss him. He's one of my favorite people. So, Fresh Lancer, oh, check it out. I've been busy. It's about the only break I get from editing. So I will be doing that until at least the end of today, and then I will get back to normal life stuff. Good night from Japan. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Zach Benson, $10 for us being 1 minute late. Thank you for making us feel bad and also putting money into Hershey.
But also good.
Hershey's Vet Fund. So should we jump right into Hershey?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so we're in this room today.
Why don't you scroll down so we don't miss out on the live chat?
Can you just like chill?
Yeah.
Eric's grumpy.
No.
He just woke up, which means he's grumpy.
I'm not a fan of this right now.
Why are all coffee cups left-handed? They're not. We're just backwards, I think, right?
No, this is right-handed because I can see it.
Well, you can see it, but isn't the point to like let other people see it?
No, it's point for you to look at it.
Okay. Okay, so Hershey.
This isn't a soccer referee's jersey. Come on.
It's not?
Good. Like, people think that that's what referees wear in soccer, and if you've watched any soccer game, like none of them wear anything like this. It's more basketball referee, or I work at Foot Locker.
Do you work at Foot Locker?
Come on, Zach Benson. We're talking later, but get on your game.
Told you he was grumpy. He's even getting mad at Zach.
Go get the cat. I'm not doing anything.
She's right here.
Nope. Go get her.
She's eating. Okay, Hershey update, which I'm assuming is just why y'all are here, right? For a Hershey update. So it was an experience. We brought her in at 8 a.m. yesterday, and they didn't work on her until afternoon. And then called us at 4:30 or almost 5, I think. And no, they called us in the middle of the day. Okay, so we
called them in the middle of the day.
Right, but then they called us back with an update. Okay, so essentially we went in knowing that they were going to like clean up her teeth and the mass in her mouth. And they thought that there was a possibility they might have to take some teeth out. turns out that happened. So they called us and were like, hey, can we charge you another $400 to do these 3 teeth extractions? So we did.
And they removed 3 of her 4 teeth.
So they call them canines, but they're her front ones.
The bigger shark teeth.
Come here. I have a diagram that she made us.
Why don't you grab her right now?
Because she's under the bed. Which means her little tongue sticks out now because the teeth don't keep her tongue in. It's not all the time, but sometimes her little tongue just like comes out. And when she eats now, her tongue just like flies around. It's actually kind of funny and cute. So basically those, did they say they were disconnected? They were like, so they were basically just sitting there and causing like, I'm sure they were infected, but causing issues for her. And so they pulled them out and they'll heal and she'll be much better off. So we have her inside because she was super loopy and drunk and couldn't even walk last night when we got her back. So we hung out with her. I hung out with her while I was editing. I wonder if they can hear her. Fish in the chat if you can hear her purr. I'll be for a second. I don't think you can. It's out over here. So once she recovered, she was like the cutest, cuddliest, just most adorable cat. I mean, she always has been, but I think she's happy. And we have her inside. At first she was kind of scared, but again, she was like loopy and drunk. Like she'd like look up and then just like she couldn't hold her head up. That was pretty funny actually. But she's all better now. Again, thank you guys to anybody that bought a whale sack, one of Hershey's fundraiser whale sacks, and basically anybody on our Twitch stream because all that money has gone to Hershey's vet bill. So thank you. Which brings me to what's in the mail. Could be in the mail for you. Anne Farrell has been working for me making whale sacks for the last month and a half or so. She's out of Oregon and she's a cat lover too. She's super sweet and just mailed me these. She won't let me pay for them. Hershey's Kisses whale sacks. So I know a lot of you bought the Hershey fundraiser with Hershey's face on it. And so I still haven't gotten the fabric for that, but hopefully in the next week or two. And then I can push those out. But so these are on the website now. I have 20 of them available to ship out. I've got, well, I sold probably 10 of them already, but
nice.
These also will go to Hershey's vet bill. We've almost got it covered, but not quite. So not that it matters. She's going to get taken care of. It was kind of cool at the vet yesterday. They knew our story that we just found her and wanted to take care of her. Just like, it was cool that we were going above and beyond for her because she was going to be a lot happier without all the teeth stuff. So yeah, we're happy we have her and we're thankful that her extended family cares about her just as much as we do. So thank you.
Well, so a couple things. John Parker, that's cool. I'll be traveling for that one. I think we're going to kind of wait it out, do Emporia and whatnot. Yelte and Jordan, what's up? We missed you too, Jordan. It's
Hi,
good.
Jordan. Hi, Yelte. It's probably 4 o'clock. You said.
I'm not going to tell you.
No, Zach, get out of here.
That's all that was said.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the other what's in the mail, also from Anne, I got these little kitty puppy paw prints. These will probably go into my local bins for later this year. I've got about 300 on stock, but those go really quickly, especially at big events. These are cool. They're like kind of green. And then I like these ones a lot. They're like red scales. They remind me of like Chinese dragons. So yeah.
What were they calling them? An overcooked Buddha? Chinese worms?
Yeah, Chinese
fire worms or something.
Yeah.
Hand me my what's in the mail?
Yeah.
So Chris Eads, I think he's out of Arkansas. I'm not sure. Hooked me up with some prototype felons because
He doesn't have enough somehow.
I let a few go, and then I had buyer's or seller's remorse and wanted to pick some more up. So I snagged some up, and it's always good to invest in things like these because I feel like, you know, I'm going to be throwing felons for the foreseeable future. So
Felons are awesome.
So
was that pretty good?
Yeah, it was really good. So I got two pinks that are really, really nice, 174, and this white, this icy with a little bit of hint of yellow, 176 that I'm super pumped about. I didn't have the silver stamp either, so that's also dope. Let's go.
And then I kept thinking about other stuff we got in the mail, but I think it was just the whale sacks from Anne and Eric's discs. I couldn't think of anything else. So
yeah, we haven't been ordering. Oh, we got another round of Trilogy Challenge discs for media videos.
We are going to do some media with locals. We're going to do a couple Trilogy challenges, kind of like the one we did 2 weeks ago that we posted. With some locals here, so they get to try out the discs and give you their take on those discs. We may have mentioned that, but we got those discs, so.
Fresh answer. Oh man, yeah. Somebody's gonna want to get my Foot Locker outfit, I guess. This isn't a Foot Locker outfit. I bought this for $15 on Pro Direct Soccer from England. It was just I was scrolling through, and right now the price, like the is so low because of whole Brexit and everything that they haven't really adjusted their retail prices of like Nike goods and other things like that. So I did the conversion and I got 2 shirts, a pair of pants, and shoes. And like usually it would have probably come out to like $250. It ended up being like just over like it was like $125. So it's pretty sweet. So I got these. I'll probably throw some DD logos on them. They'll be great practice shirts. Well, you might see me if I need to lay the smack down.
There's no DD on it though.
Not yet. We have the heat press. We'll hit it up.
John, buongiorno.
Eric McCabe. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
John, I don't usually do team stuff because it's all licensed. I try to stay away from that. Sometimes I'll do them as gifts just because I can. But selling them, it's a no-no. I actually just found some Ducks fabric back from when I...
Let me know what I need to do, Eric. I love you.
Care.
And Joe has turned full bro mode. He's constantly roasting me now.
You should be roasted.
I love it.
When will you drop more discs on your website?
That's white with navy, Jason Brown.
When will you drop more discs on your website? I swear to God. Mac. Mac.
I don't know.
Mac, what do you need? What discs are you looking for?
Yeah.
Also, check out this sweet little whale thing behind us.
It's pretty cool. I think we might throw up. We might put up the Glimmer felons that we have. Seeing how well they did yesterday.
How many do you have?
Probably like 35 left or something like that. We've let quite a few go.
But the
retailers, the retailers sold out. Well, the retailers, the pre-sale before they put the ones that were released on the Dynamic Disc website, all of those sold out, which is amazing. It shows that you guys are super, super out there supporting us. So thank you. So if you did not get one on Dynamic Disc, go check your buyback retailer. Ask if they got some because a lot of them got purchased.
You posting yours though?
We'll post them Monday this weekend. Gives us some time to sell them. Cool. We'll probably look to give one away tonight on the stream. So if you guys want to tune in, that's a great place to try and win a Glimmer felon.
Mac, awesome. Good to know. Somebody asked recently about us doing another Fly Mart, and I think that would definitely be a good idea. In theory, my website wouldn't crash this time, but who knows? Maybe we won't advertise it. We'll just do it. And then you guys, since you get notifications, we'll jump on and get access to it. And then if more people join and then crash the website, that would be fine.
Mike Kemp, get out. No gold stamps. Craig Cohen, they made I think they made chameleon justices for GBO and whatnot, and they sent them out to some of the special retailers. And those, but I think that's as close as they've gotten. And I haven't heard how those fly.
What are you
I would
talking
imagine
about?
they're overstable.
What
Glimmer
discs?
Justice.
Oh, okay.
But either way, super sick.
I was wondering if you guys could explain what hinges are in a putting swing and how to get rid of them.
Hinges. If go look at my putt or Patrick Brown, two people who have, they're not hinges, they're hitches. Hitches in your putt, and it's just like you have this extra motion that you don't need. And I've come to embrace the hitch, and this hitch is something that I just don't think about. When I've thought about trying to fix it, my timing feels really weird, and it all becomes foreign. Could I take the time to get rid of it? Potentially. But
But
by
no
having
problem?
but it's not a problem just yet. If you're a person and you're doing like as you're coming through and your arm is like and misrelease and then misrelease the other way.
Especially if you're making those noises, you got to work on that.
Don't putt like that. But if it's becoming an issue to where you are really finding it difficult to get a consistent release, then you should work on fixing it. And ways that I would suggest fixing hitches are changing up your stance, changing up where you grip on the disc, and just changing up. If I were to really think about it, I would probably switch to a more straddle putt and go from there and try and think, okay, more of a pitch style and let it work that way. But if I was looking to fix the hitch. Scarlet, that's awesome. So purple and pink Lucid X Glimmer Felons on the DD website. You guys go get them.
Where do you see Scarlet? Oh, there's Scarlet. Hi. So fun. We used to do these on Tuesdays, but turns out DD's mandatory Tuesday meeting with the whole crew is on, well, Tuesdays. I said it like 3 times. So we changed these today just so Scarlet and Denise and Bobby, because they said they wanted to be there, could come. So it's cool to see all of them. I don't think Denise is in here today, but EMAC is, so that works.
John Reed, I will be at the course for the Disc Golf Pro Tour event in Minnesota. I will be there.
Another fun fact about Scarlett, her and I are lookalikes. We both usually have, and her and I both get mistaken for each other. Hey guys,
make sure you go talk to Bobby. Go tag him post to make sure that we get Bobby Brown. So everybody right now, stop what you're doing, go to YouTube or go to Instagram, tag Bobby, and let him know that we need him here.
Unstable. It's okay. I hope we're still here.
Denise Cameron's here.
Denise! You're awesome. Thanks for being here. Hashtag not Tina. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wish Bobby was here, though. That'd be great.
Thanks, Denise. I appreciate it.
I think she was talking to me, probably. Yeah, his is all right, too. I actually like this on him. He doesn't wear stuff like this very often, so it's nice.
I feel like I wear stuff like it every day. Does it
you
look
wear
a little bit nicer?
Baggy, pit-stained old DD shirts.
What do you expect? I sweat.
Also,
so sue me.
We don't have to go in public, so Eric completely stopped trying. If we're being honest.
I've given up.
He's totally given up.
I
love him.
I shaved my face the other day just to try and keep Tina happy.
The only thing he tries for is when he gets on Twitch.
Dynamic discs Hershey update. Hershey.
Wait, who is Dynamic Disc?
I don't know.
Bobby, Anthony? Because we know it's not Bobby.
Maybe D'Anthony.
I meant Danny.
With Danny Anthony together. So Hershey update. Hershey went to the vet. I had some tea. She's
purring
a ton,
cuddling, and we have her in the house, which we said we wouldn't do. But
we felt
she was really drunk last night and
from
literally
the
couldn't
meds.
walk, so she was just wobbling all over the place. So we just wanted her to be comfortable. And I was in here editing with her the whole time. We're cutting out.
You're cutting out, Mac.
He's not actually. Yeah, so she's doing great. We're happy. She's in recovery mode, and they said all good things. There's a couple things we have to watch for in the future, and they want to see her again in 2 weeks, which works out. Oh, we should talk about tour. I know we've kind of
We will.
bopped around a little bit with that, but
yeah, Hershey's doing really good. I think she has a little bit more pep in her step than she usually did, and I think that was
seen her this morning.
She's not dealing with this mass removal, so that's like, and her teeth don't hurt. So with all those things coming together, it's really, really cool. So thank you everyone who did what you could to support us. We used money that we received from Twitch and morning coffees, and we put that towards Hershey.
And the fundraisers.
And the fundraiser sack. So
Yolte, she had a growth in her mouth, so she couldn't shut her mouth all the way.
she had to like move the growth outside of her teeth.
Yeah, and then she also had 3 teeth pulled that were like super painful for her, so she's gonna be a lot better now.
Mm-hmm. Here's a cool one, James Rader. My wife and I play often in Pensacola. Which courses are your favorite in the area? I really, really like, and I might be speaking for Tina, we really like Hitzman Optimus Park.
Yeah.
That's one of our, if you're talking in Pensacola, that course is dope, cute. We occasionally will go out to Blue Angel. We're closer to Blue Angel, but we just don't, I don't know, just don't love it. But it's not bad. If I'm going to play disc golf for myself, I'm going to go the 45 minutes across the border into Foley.
But it's like a 4 or 5 hour thing.
No, if I'm going by myself.
Oh, I guess if you're alone.
When I went with Rob, it was just us two. It wasn't 5 hours.
Sure.
It was like 3.5, 4.
Yeah, I like Blue Angel a lot because there's 3 different courses, and it suits my wooded, shorter hole golf. I can get a lot more birdies. Mm-hmm. But Hitzman also, same thing. I can birdie most of the holes out there, but they still have some like actually challenging holes, so that's cool. It's fun.
Pokemon Switch streams. We don't have Sword or Shield. We could definitely buy it. We're spending more time playing like Overcooked and stuff like that. We will probably look into something like Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I would first rather Tina gets down on some Animal Crossing. Bummer Town, Tina forgot to.
Well, I didn't forget.
Oh, it just didn't save.
What happened was I started Animal Crossing, and originally I really wanted to stream starting Animal Crossing, so y'all could like name my town.
That would be. Really
I think that'd be really cute.
Maybe
could
we'll
be like
set
our
that up
town.
for like tomorrow.
I guess I'll be done editing tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow, maybe. We'll keep you guys up to date. Make sure you check the Discord, Zach. What's like? Oh, my security. No, he wouldn't be my guard. Yeah, like the guard of the penitentiary. But is he the warden, or am I the warden?
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Huh. So, I need help, but Zach, you're like the number 2 of the penitentiary.
Warden. That's funny.
But I'm the warden.
You're dumb.
I
had no idea what it was. It's this app, and it has a bunch of different like categories, and Eric's is called
the Felon Penitentiary, or A-Rock's Penitentiary.
Yeah, because felons.
Mac Rago, I have played the Music City 2 times, and I'm looking. I realistically think if it makes sense in the schedule, I will play this year to support Will McCaskill and hopefully get a preview for next year's big tournament out there.
You want to go on the bed? I can't tell. Yeah, you do. Okay. Let's figure out what it's actually called. If you guys want to join, we post pet pictures there. Because
it's he wants to be the warden. Let me be the warden. It's my favorite disc. Zach, you're funny.
A-Rock's Penitentiary.
You have to do the invite and then the.
Can they not see it?
No. You have to be in Discord stuff.
Hey, give me you. Well, I can't do that.
Hey, Zach Benson, will you share that with the world?
Well, I copied the
or
link.
Joe Padilla? Oh, you did?
Yeah, let's see. Maybe I can jump on this video and post it. She really likes hiding under the bed.
Yeah, she's used to dark places.
I suppose that's true. So dark. Too dark. Fish in the chat if you watch
Question, Craig Cohen. There is the Discord invite. Make sure you guys go jump on that.
What's the question?
Any advice on taking someone to play their first round? I want to give advice, but don't want to inundate them with info. Inundate. It's a big word. Big
if
brain.
you can give them like 2 to 3 pieces of information to work on, that's what I would stick with. I wouldn't try to cover Anheisers and Heisers and
don't get into the
rules.
terminology.
Like, don't even think about the rules unless they ask. But
it's really all they want to see is the disc flying far. So help them try and get at least one that's like flat and pushing forward.
I still remember my first round that I actually learned something, and it completely changed how much I liked disc. I hated disc golf the first time I tried it, but somebody hit me in the ankle with a driver, and that was like, this isn't cool. Plus, I was just throwing it straight up in the air, and it wasn't going anywhere. It was super frustrating. So then the first thing I learned was to keep that nose angle down, and I immediately saw it go like 50 feet further, and I was hooked. But that one thing changed everything, and it was just enough to work on, but enough to like instantly see the difference. So I'd start with 1 or 2 things. If they've been playing a little bit longer, you can give them a little bit more, but what we do is tell them to write them down when we're done. Like, go write these things down as things to work on, but just start with 1. That way they have the information for later, but they're not like trying to do all of it at one time, because that is
just try and help them find a way and put a reasonable disc in their hand. If you don't have anything, get them something lightweight, get them something understable. I remember like the first time I saw something fly really, really good was with like a 150, 60 gram DX Leopard. That was the first time I ever saw something fly straight from a hyzer, and I lost my mind, and it was from me. And then I started working with like 50 gram Valkyries, thinking they were the best disc in the world because I just heard that they broke the distance record. So I was like, obviously, if this disc can go really far, then I'll throw it 500 feet for sure. Eustace Sander said
he wants to know about the Trooper bag.
Trooper bag's awesome.
That's funny because I literally just finished a review for the Trooper bag. However, I won't be posting it till next week. Right after this video is done, we are going to hop over to my Cadet disc golf bag review, which is on the cheaper end. It's a super beginner bag, but one of the back. So as for my opinion right now, Trooper, I love a Trooper. And I play professional. I play lots of rounds of disc golf. I've tried every bag from DD, and I really, really like the Trooper.
It's a really
it cool actually holds
disc.
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool bag. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Anytime.
I like it in the same way as Tina does. It's like when we play a course where you know you're not going to like lose a bunch of discs. Like if say I'm playing Maple Hill, like hole 1, like there's a couple holes you could lose stuff on, but like I feel comfortable out there not to lose anything. And so I'll bring that if I don't have a caddy or something like that, which I do.
Super lightweight.
Yeah, if I'm playing a course, no potential of anything happening, and I can let the load, because I'm a fan of limiting the molds and limiting the amount of discs in my bag, because if I know that I can make said disc work for 5 holes, then why do I need the ones that are in between? Like, I just don't need that. If I can just throw this one disc for these 5 holes, I've thrown it 5 times, so I understand how I'm throwing it and how it's flying for me on the day by the time I get to that 5th hole, so I feel dialed in with Bush now.
Sure. What do you think of bags with vertical design upper part? But I love the idea. Buffering. We're not that far from the router. We're not in brick walls right now either. So sorry if we're getting laggy. We're going to try to not talk when it comes up and says that we're getting laggy. So the stack bags, where like the discs sit
Shameless Bushnell plug.
Like this in the back. I've always wanted to try one. Unfortunately for me, it's a Latitude bag, and we carry DD's bags. So I have never actually tried one. I love the concept. It seems like it would be weighted really nicely, which would be a big deal for me. But also, I carry a Zuka cart almost all the time, so I don't really have them on my back that often.
Yeah.
Unless I grab a trooper, basically.
No, there's a perfect place to put a Pioneer, and it's in the trash.
In the trash.
Oh, funny video yesterday that this is really funny. Harry Walker was out at UWF while we were filming.
Hi, Ryan.
Harry Walker is Madison's brother.
Madison Walker's brother.
So he happened to leave a disc behind, and I took care of it. Got you, Harry. I made sure to look to see that there was nothing gross. We grabbed the disc out, but that's how we roll. That's how we roast each other. So it's good.
So, do you suggest field before playing around first?
I mean, here's the thing. Guys, heroes.
Dang it.
Buffering. Okay. Field work before.
Tracy.
If you have the potential to get out to a field and throw some shots, I wouldn't say go do a field work session like 45 minutes worth of throwing. Like, take for instance, Vegas is a perfect example. We have a driving range to throw in. It's really, really nice. I do some putting. I do my disc golf strong warm up. I throw some shots in the field to see how discs are coming out both on backhand and on a forehand. All different molds, and then get dialed in on some shorter approaches, and then I'm done. I'm getting dialed in with Bushnell on some approaches, and that is where I think I get a lot of benefit. But not every tournament kind of allows for you to have field work. So if you can, do some, but don't go too much because you don't want to waste too much energy. And
that's what I was gonna say. I have like a really limited amount of energy for a round of disc golf. And I've learned that about myself, and not everybody's the same. Like, Eric has more stored energy than I do. Getting through an entire round of disc golf for me can be nearly impossible. Sometimes I get to hole 14 and I just don't have it anymore. And granted, Eric's committing a lot more time to practice, which builds up his stamina. I'm editing and making whales sitting on a computer. So it's not quite the same. I'm sure if I worked at it, I would be better. However, I know for a fact that if I go out and throw 30 shots even before I go play, I'm using up that much energy. So I like to throw a couple. If it's feeling really funky, I'll throw a few more until I...
A little dead skin on your nose.
Not now. That was like the most married couple thing ever.
Honey, not now.
Not now. Yeah, so yes, throw some shots. I like to do putters, mid-ranges, and drivers to make sure that I have each one of those slots warmed up. Mm-hmm. If it's off, I'll do a little bit more. But just make sure that you know your own energy reserves before you go play.
Tina does carry the cart, by the way, Fresh Lancer. And I think she'll use a trooper bag when she's not.
Did you see? It was a joke. He said, Tina carries the Zuka cart. She should probably roll it.
Funny. It's way easier.
He's making fun of me because of what I said.
I have coffee.
It's coffee time for Eric.
Sorry.
The second part of coffee time. Mac, so the chocolate truth on DD's website, it is actually chocolate. That's like one of the coolest things in disc golf, I think. But I love chocolate. So there is a chocolate shop in Emporia, Kansas, called the Sweet Granada. They are right next to the Granada Theater where we have our players meeting and like a bunch of other stuff while we're in Emporia. And so they worked with Dynamic Disc, or Dynamic Disc worked with them to make an actual mold of chocolate of a truth. So yes, it is actual chocolate that you can eat, but it also is a disc. Really cool gift idea, and the chocolate is amazing. Sweet granada's awesome. So definitely try it out if you want, or gift it to somebody because it's a really unique gift. And who would have thought to do that? Like, oh, let's make a chocolate disc. Let's do it. I love it. Damien, 5 p.m. beer. That's great. We were talking about doing morning mimosas at some point, but I am working a lot right now, so I don't think I should be drunk while I'm trying to work. Dan's mentioning doing a disc golf strong warm-up instead of field work. I would do both. If you only have time for one, do a warm-up with just like getting your body moving. It's going to be way better for your body to like have that mobility and function. And we've talked to Seth Muncie of Disc Golf Strong many times about this, and just how Eric and I both would choose a warm-up over going to throw discs, just because personally I get injured pretty easily, and so doing a warm-up helps mitigate. Oh yeah, I'll go with that. It helps mitigate that. So I'm not going to get injured if I'm doing warm-ups. Eric's commenting from the bathroom. Eric, you going to sing your pee song? Well, maybe you should make a poo-poo song. Tracy even said, I wonder if he has a song for this. Gross. I love it, but gross. Fatty Two Shoes, welcome. Hershey's great. We did a couple updates on her, so if you want to watch that, she's healthy and happy and purring like crazy, so she's doing awesome. Expensive little cat, but we just fell in love with her. If she like left or wasn't nearly as friendly, like it'd be a whole different story. But she's awesome. We like her a lot. And now she has a really nice life. We just have to figure out what we're going to do when we go on tour. So Eric's in the bathroom, but I will start talking about that a little bit. I'm sure most of you saw, if you're following the Disc Golf Pro Tour. If you're not, you should. That's kind of like updates on basically how our life is going to go. So the Disc Golf Pro Tour made an announcement yesterday about the start of our tour. And the cool thing is, it starts in Emporia. So for us, that's great news. We were really bummed that we were going to miss out on Emporia this year. So I'm really glad to see that back on the schedule with a brand new tournament. I believe it's called the Dynamic Disc Open, appropriately. So we will be traveling up there for that. We have to figure out how. Things are complicated. Like, we're so used to being on the road, or we were. So we didn't have like any possessions. We had the one cat that was going to travel with us, and I didn't have a garden, and I didn't have a house, and now we have a house. We have an extra cat. I have plants that I've put 100 hours into, maybe more. So it's just kind of tricky. I have to wrap my head around what I'm going to do, maybe give away the plants or whatever. And then we have to figure out how to get someone to take care of and feed Hershey. So it's interesting. We've never had these kind of domestic problems, I guess. So it's something we're starting to talk about now that we see a schedule and know what we're in for. So the plan would probably be to leave our house a few days before. I think we're going to try to be there Monday of the start of Emporia Dynamic Disc Open. So yeah, and that is at the end of June. That's what I was trying to get around to. The end of June will be the start of our tour. And then we're going to Minnesota, I believe, which is where my family is. Well, they're in Wisconsin, but same area. And I guess full on tour after that. They still packed in, I think, 11 events. So it's going to be kind of crazy, but shouldn't be too much different than what it was. I guess it will be quite a bit different, but every event that we will be playing will be a major event. And then, yeah, a couple things that I'm super bummed about. Portland Open. I wanted to go to that so bad. Like Beaver State Fling broke my heart, but at least that was like a month ago, so I'm over it. But like Portland Open being canceled, like all my friends are in Portland and I want to go see Kira and Kevin, and I just like, I don't know, it just sucks. I really wanted to go back there, but it doesn't make sense for me to really fly there. I don't want to fly right now. So I'm not sure how y'all feel about that, but flying just seems super sketchy, whereas in the RV, you know, we can control who we're running into and who we're in contact with. Basically just getting gas. We can stock up on groceries and cook for ourselves, so we don't have to be out and about. Whereas if you're flying, you're eating out, you're talking to a lot of people, you're touching a lot of things, and so we're just trying to mitigate that too. All right, so I'm gonna scroll up a little bit and read your comments. I think Eric's covered a little bit. Gator Links. Super stoked for DD Open. Yeah, us too. And I'm thinking, from what I saw, there's no spectators allowed, but I'd expect that a lot of people will still come into town and play the courses since they're going to be set up and, you know, go into the store and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly how they're handling the social distancing and all that, but that'll be interesting. But it's going to be all year like that. So let's just do it, I guess. We're going to be super safe and cautious. We ran into Madison on the beach the other day and talked about like what happens if we're on tour and somebody gets it. Like, that just sounds terrible. Like, what do you even do at that point? And a lot of us don't really have health insurance or don't have good health insurance. So
we should be getting a message about that today.
We're going to get some information about that soon. It's just like a really interesting thing to think about.
Whoever was on the stream on Wednesday, we had a really deep discussion of like, does it even make sense to be all totally worth it? The scary things are, like, we are lucky that we have the RV and we have a home to quarantine in on the road. But if we didn't, say Tina goes somewhere else and now, oh, okay, we're in the RV, but how do we get food? How do we get things? We have to have people drop it off to us. So now we're inconveniencing somebody else and potentially putting them at risk. It becomes a really, really difficult situation. And being cooped up in an RV for 2 straight weeks, and that's minimum. Like, yeah, it's like a 2-week period of quarantine, but you don't. It's all crazy. It's so
and there's just so many downsides if you do get it. How many people did you contact? How many, you know, like who else did you affect with that decision? Yeah. So it's a freaky thing to think about. We're trying not to overthink it, but it really is like, it's important. It's super important.
Well, here's the thing. Anybody, if I were to hear that, we'll use Calvin as an example. I play a round with Calvin, practice round and a tournament round with Calvin. Calvin tests positive for COVID-19. I now know that I am also likely to have potentially come in contact with it because I've played rounds with him.
Right.
So now it's like, now I could potentially be a carrier. So anybody who's come in contact with me, anybody else that I played with the other rounds, is now potentially in danger. And then you pass that along to how many other people. Again, scariest and greatest pyramid scheme ever, COVID-19, right here. It's terrifying. But I do think that the Disc Golf Pro Tour is going to set a standard, and I think we'll be all right. And if there's an issue, we will work with them. And I know Jeff Spring, Todd Rainwater, and everybody working for the Disc Golf Pro Tour is going to and help us be safe. Sorry, it was rambling.
It's fine. It's just, yeah, we all know we all know the risks.
Yes.
It's just a matter of like, we don't know what's going to happen or how to deal with it.
Yeah.
But that's a big part of why we didn't want to fly to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put the miles on the RV and take advantage of that, because at least in that situation, we have a house that doesn't need to affect other people, and we can cook at home.
Mm-hmm.
Or microwave at home.
Yeah. Anyway, as long as we have a good campground with good power and Wi-Fi, we'll be able to just crush it. Also, side note, anybody watched The Last Dance? I am through 7 episodes, and I will say, when what's it called? When John Paxson hit the winning shot to beat the Suns, like he wasn't supposed to be the guy to take the shot, but something just sucked out. Something that stuck out in that was, it's like, like you're a player, you're on the court, it's the last second, you need to hit this shot, that you need to be ready to take that shot no matter what, even if it's the play isn't drawn up for you, plays don't go perfectly, so you're always ready. And I think that stuck out to me because he was an integral part of the team, but he wasn't the main guy, and he hits this big shot because he was just ready in that moment. And something that kind of stuck with me with that moment was, being not the top players in the sport of disc golf. Yeah, I'm popular. I've boosted my rating.
So popular.
Done all these things, but it's not, I have to wait for my time, but I have to be ready. Always ready for the opportunity to go out and be the best player on the weekend. And I think that I don't know, that just like pulled into my heart and my brain. So it was pretty sweet. Wes Warren, let's cut that stuff, dude, please. And what else? What was I gonna say? I don't hate the Mavericks, but I wouldn't say I'm a Mavericks fan. When I was in Dallas, Fort Worth, we did go to plenty of Mavericks games, and they were all pretty sweet. When it comes to basketball, I don't really have a team.
Yeah, it's not something you really tune into. Really.
I love basketball, but it's not. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I like basketball, but don't really. Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Wes Warren, let's not talk about that stuff, please.
Anyways, so that was tour related.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that we need to touch on?
No, I'm going to be looking at the Pro Tours announcement just today to really kind of get to dive into what the remainder of my schedule for the season is going to look like, including, potentially Music City and whatnot. Wes, we're going to have to put you on mute, man. The user in timeout. Well, this is not the place for this.
Okay. Sweet. That's tour. What's in the mail? I don't even know what else to talk about. I'm super distracted.
Yeah. Today, what do we got going on? Tina's going to be working on videos. I'm likely going to go catch a little bit of. I might actually, right when we're done here, just throw all my stuff and just.
I told him I could use the house to myself so I can get these videos done.
Ship out to Foley, and I think it actually might be good because I might go with no distance drivers out and play Pecan Hollow, and just throw have only Emacs, Explorers, and a couple Felons. I think that'd be good.
How do you feel about throwing on tour again?
I'm excited, but I obviously have my reservations just regarding.
What about your body and your form and your practice?
Form has felt very foreign. I don't know why. I think I spent so much time in the field. John Shiraki.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. I think it came from throwing so many shots in just a field and not being able to apply that field work to the course. And that's been, I think, one of the best balances I've ever had. Thanks, Zach Benson.
Zach Benson. Watch our Twitch stream tonight. I will try to be there. If I'm done, I will be there.
You have 2 computers. You can pull it up.
But I can't type while I'm editing.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you can. Big brain. So I wasn't able to take all that form work in the field and apply it to the course So then I created actually what felt like some bad habits. And I went out to Foley with Robert Hastings on Team Dynamic Discs. You guys should definitely check out his YouTube channel, is Rec Rob. He's awesome. And we just kind of did a little bit more form analysis, and I was trying to be very smooth. Same thing yesterday while Tina was doing her videos. I just had her take a moment, watch me throw some explorers as I was trying to be really smooth. And I think I've got it figured out, but I have to keep applying. So I'm at this point where I have to just kind of work really hard and play every day, but sprinkle in a little bit more coursework instead of all field work.
So this was something really interesting that I don't think's ever, well, since I've known him, I haven't seen this happen before. But because we couldn't go to the course, which has never happened.
Yeah.
Even when we were in Tucson, there aren't really good courses that fit Eric's style there, except there used to be one pay to play that was $10 every time, so we didn't go that often. And we'd do field work pretty much every day, but we'd also go and play some courses mixed throughout the week. And so this was like a month and a half where Eric only did field work. Generally speaking, if you have this wide open field, you're going to kind of throw hard. You're going to test your distance. You're going to throw, far, because you're not shaping these shots. You're not having to control things. Like control, yes, but it's a completely different type of practice. And we really push doing field work. It's super helpful, but it's super helpful when it's mixed in between going to the course as well. And so, yeah, Eric mentioned it a little bit, but his form changed because he was only throwing that type of shot versus having to throw like different types of shots on a course.
I was using the field to also like try and mimic different types of shots, but it didn't matter because I didn't have a set distance or a set shorter shot, or like I needed to kind of power off of something, and I was trying to do that some.
But it's different.
It's just so different. Like T-pad work as well. Like being on a T-pad and throwing is very different than just being on a normal surface and just throwing without any restrictions.
Right.
Everything. So that it's like a lot of dialing back in. So again, like I said, I was 100% field work, 0% coursework, and I'm probably going to go to something more like 70% coursework with 30% field work. On days that we're super busy, I'll just walk to the course, walk to the field, throw, putt, and let that be a good day. But on every day that I can, get up, and get out to the course to kind of get that time in, feel comfortable. And the other part is that it makes my putting better, because putting in the backyard is all super fun and whatnot, but getting those adverse putts and, threw a really good shot, but I got to do the straddle Annie, like those types of things you don't really you can get that a little bit in the backyard, but not in the realistic times of being on the course.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time, but basically as soon as he realized like that's what was happening, he's like, I'm going to go to the course every day. And we pretty much have since then. I know yesterday I was out filming and he was doing some field work and some coursework and got some practice in, but it's just like a different mindset and having to kind of get back into that mentality. Plus, this has been super strange. You guys know it, but like, we're ready for tour, and Eric spent the whole off season getting ready for tour in this like rhythm and this, going to the gym and all that stuff. And then, as you know, it got canceled. We came home, and just like, it took about 3 weeks to realize, okay, we're not going on tour for a while. Yeah. Like, this isn't like a short thing. We're home. This is it now. And then basically 2.5 months went by, right?
Yeah.
And now, even like as of yesterday, we found out when maybe tour would start again. And it's only a month from now. Yeah. And so, to Eric's credit, or like to be soft on you, it's really hard to prepare for something that you have no idea when it's going to start.
Yeah.
And he's still been doing field work and like getting focused and doing everything that he should be doing, except you don't want to like overdo it and over prepare for something that you just don't even know when it's going to start. So he was trying, but it's really hard to be in that mental mindset of like, I'm going to be the best when we get back on tour, when you like have no idea when that's going to be or if it's going to be. So yeah, it's been an interesting time for sure. know if that's even decent input for you guys to hear, but yeah.
So a couple things. Craig Cohen, I did watch a player, not a pro player, but at an A tier, get kicked out for drinking during a round, but he was on a card with the assistant tournament director and offered him a drink, and then was kicked out of the tournament, and then went down and threw all his discs into a pond because he was super mad and making a scene because he was drunk. Solitude.
Whoa. I played with somebody, was it an A tier? Yeah, it was Las Vegas, who threw their chair down like 3 different times, like as hard as they could at their bag. It was very distracting.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy or girl.
Derek Fretwell, looking forward to talking to you about Gator Links. UWF, I said this, and
Love you, Bobby. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Bobby. Love ya. UWF, I think if you were to use the space and make only 18 holes, you could make a really, really, really good course out there. I think there's a handful of holes. This is what Mark McAllister and I kind of had a discussion about. There are some amazing disc golf holes at UWF, but it doesn't need to be 24 or whatever it is. But either way, UWF is a fantastic property. Great with multiple tee pads, good baskets, decent signage. Obviously, you would love to have concrete or turf on every single tee, but that's, money is a real thing, and you have to deal with the university. But all in all, UWF is a cool property. I will probably go out there for more private lessons because of the field, but I won't be pushing to play out there all the time because I think I can get more time, a better time spent in Foley.
Jason, we will likely do a morning coffee. I've really enjoyed this, and I have to. It probably won't be on Fridays because we are often playing tournaments on Fridays.
We'll set up and do a different day.
But maybe we'll push it to Wednesday or something that makes a little more sense. We'll be settled by then.
Yeah.
And if we're doing just an hour, we can handle that for sure. So if you guys want to see it, I think we'll continue.
Mm-hmm.
There was a question about Dynamic Disc Open Media, and I know Danny kind of addressed that, but I'll just know anything. So I will say that the Disc Golf Pro Tour, their main source of income is from the footage that they are helping put out and all that stuff. So I'd imagine DD would be involved in that, but I have no clue. But if you are looking to see coverage, check out the Disc Golf Network.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting that together to post all the Disc Golf Pro tournaments. Like, it's not just for tournament coverage anymore. It's lots of extra things. They've even shared a couple, or maybe just one of my videos that I did for Dynamic. So, they're putting a lot of different content out there, and it's definitely worth a subscribe. I think it's cheap. We're all online a lot now anyways, so
it's well worth the investment.
Yeah.
It goes, and here's the thing, supporting the Disc Golf Network supports the pros.
That's a big part of what allows this to even be possible for us, is that we have the support from the Disc Golf Pro Tour, mm-hmm. and they need support too to be able to support us, if that makes sense.
Totally. Do you have time to tell my first ace story?
Yes. Eric will tell his ace story. Oh, actually, it's starting right now.
Oh no!
Dang it!
So I went quickly. I did I was playing in a league back in Dallas, Texas, at Audubon Park, and it was hole 12, I believe. It's like it's hole 12. It's like a 340-foot turnover shot or forehand. I threw a champion leopard on a turnover, and it went in, and I went nuts. It was so sick. Made some money. It was really, really cool. But I mean, first ace being 340 feet on like this beautiful, just holding turnover shot was pretty rad.
Okay, this is a very short video. We'll just leave our live up for now, but we're gonna go watch this little video.
Open a new tab.
Yeah, pop open a new tab and put this on your thinger. It's very short.
It's really good though. Tina would love some feedback.
It's okay. I'm doing a series of these, so yeah, feedback would be great. Dee Dee sent me a handful of bags that I could review. I've carried a lot of them myself, not the Cadet until last week. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a new disc golf bag, I'm doing a set of reviews for that purpose. Less than Netflix now. Yeah. Detailed feedback. Thanks, Dan. This on the last couple days. Not this one specifically, but all the other ones. 4, 3, 2.
Here we go.
I'm gonna leave it down so they don't hear it twice. She likes it under there, but also we're kind of loud, so.
Hey, baby. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I think I uploaded my first draft and never changed it.
Really?
Yeah. That's how you know I'm overworked.
Okay, so pocket line, there's a pocket in the front. I just put some snack bars,
Yeah.
batteries, stuff like that. It's kind of nice. I'm a little bit worried about having my phone up here just because I don't know, stuff feels back, so I might have to put it on the ground. That might not be the best thing. That's the front pocket.
I hope Bobby's not watching because I have to just fix it.
And they're like, to watch. Like if there's no water bottle on the side, and then on the side, of course, I have snacks. Corn, some drinks, like soda. I have like 10 disc drivers for fairway drivers, 4 putters, and 2 mix in here. I can still fit maybe 2 or 3 disc putters. So space-wise, it's like surprisingly spacious.
I can't believe I did that. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed.
Starting out this season, it's on the more affordable side. So like
There's only 25 watching, so I can easily replace it.
That's funny. I'm sorry, dear.
It's fine. It's fine. Just feel like a noob.
which is super affordable for anybody getting into sport or anyone really. And then
I changed that too.
at least 17 discs. You don't have any putters with you. You can probably even pack that. But as you can see, there's a ton of space in the apartment.
There's a squirrel.
What is out there?
See him?
Getting it?
Oh, I cut this out too. Sure.
Killing it.
Cool, cool. All right, well, oh well. Thanks for watching that. I will go fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it. It is a little whale Ziploc reusable bag. It's dope. Eric got them for me. He surprised me with them, and they're really cute.
We were at the store together, and I decided to, I saw it and just grabbed it.
Gator belt.
And she lit up. Exactly what you're trying to make happen, you know?
I suppose. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I have more coming. They look a little different than that. I'm going to do the trooper, the sniper, the commander, and the ranger. So stay tuned to our channel. If you don't yet, subscribe, or if you haven't yet, subscribe. And do the notification thingy so you can get notified when we're going live and all that jazz.
Nice, Zach. Pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza does sound
See,
good.
it's a good thing your boss was there today. Okay.
Get some puppy guns.
Eric's gonna go play some disc golf.
I am.
I'm gonna sit on my computer and edit the rest of the day,
Cool.
and we will catch you next time or on Eric's Twitch stream tonight. Thank
Bye,
you guys. We love you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.